I thank my friend from Kentucky. Mr. Chairman, every time I talk about this bipartisan bill, I make sure to emphasize one point. I want clean air. I remember Houston, 1970s. We could downtown through the smog. We've made a lot of progress since then. The whole country has made a lot of progress since then. I want that progress to continue. Decide what some would believe, Mr. Chairman. This bipartisan bill is not about fundamentally changing the Clean Air Act. Nothing in this bipartisan bill changes any air quality standard or regulation. Nothing in this bipartisan bill puts cost before science when EPA sets a new standard. This bipartisan bill is a carefully thought out common sense reforms. It's about listening to state regulators who actually have to make EPA's rules work for the people. The people I work for back home are full of common sense. Common sense says that EPA should put out guidance to follow a new rule at the same time they put out the rule. Folks in Texas 22 and across America are puzzled. What's wrong with EPA putting out a complete package of rules and regulations together instead of rule first, followed by regulations 7 years later? That's not common sense. That's a road to failure, a road we're going down right now. As Dr. Brian Shaw, the top regulator for air quality in my home state of Texas, said, provisions in this bipartisan bill will, quote, allow states to focus their limited resources, end quote, to implement EPA's previous ozone rule. We can continue to improve Texas air and the air of every if we let our regulators do their jobs. I carefully wrote this bipartisan bill to include more common sense. Let EPA consider achievability when issuing a new rule. This is not a mandate. I asked my opponents to read this bipartisan bill. Read the language. It clearly says EPA may consider achievability when they set a new standard. This provision will never allow EPA to set an unhealthy standard. They can't use costs to ignore science. Let's bring common sense to EPA and work together to help states improve air quality. Vote for this bill. I yield back.